Reasons for international trade. Introduction. International trade refers to the exchange of goods and services between different countries. It facilitates the flow of goods, capital, and ideas across borders, contributing to economic interdependence and cooperation among nations. Main part. Demand reasons. The size of the population. The size of a country's population influences its demand for goods and services. When the population increases, there is an equivalent increase in demand as more people's needs must be satisfied. Local suppliers may not always be able to meet this growing demand, leading to a need for imported goods and services from other countries. Income levels. Changes in income levels impact the demand for goods and services. An increase in per capita income provides individuals with more disposable income, which can be spent on both local and imported goods. As people's income rises, they tend to seek higher quality products, including luxury goods, many of which are produced in other countries. Low income leads to a higher demand for basic goods and services, while high income leads to a higher demand for luxury goods. Therefore, the demands of goods and services vary according to the levels of income and development. Increase in wealth. An increase in the wealth of a population leads to greater demand for goods. As people become wealthier, they have access to loans and can afford to spend more on luxury goods. This often results in the import of luxury products from other countries that offer a wider range of options. Preference and taste. Consumer preferences and tastes play a significant role in international trade. Different countries have distinct preferences for certain products that may not be produced locally. As a result, these products need to be imported, creating market demand and value for them. Difference in consumption patterns. The level of economic development in a country determines its consumption patterns. Poorer countries may have a higher demand for basic goods and services but a lower demand for luxury goods. This difference in consumption patterns leads to international trade as countries seek to fulfill their unique needs and preferences through imports. Supply reasons. Natural resources. Natural resources are not evenly distributed across countries. Each nation possesses different types and quantities of resources, which can only be exploited in places where they exist. Countries with abundant natural resources often export them to countries lacking those resources, creating a basis for international trade. Most African countries are rich in natural resources such as minerals. They export a lot of mineral resources such as gold, platinum, oil, coal, and so on. Most developed countries produce a lot of capital goods produced from the mineral resources they imported. Climatic conditions. Climatic conditions can influence a country's ability to produce certain goods at a lower cost compared to others. For example, countries with favorable climates for agriculture may specialize in producing agricultural commodities such as coffee, tea, or tropical fruits. These countries then export their surplus production to regions where such goods are not easily grown or cultivated. Labor resources. Labor resources vary in terms of quality, quantity, and cost across countries. Some nations have highly skilled, well-paid workers with high productivity levels, while others may have a lower skilled or less productive labor force. Countries with a comparative advantage in certain industries or sectors may specialize in those areas and export their products to other nations. Technological resources. Technological resources and capabilities vary among countries. Some nations possess advanced technologies that enable them to produce certain goods and services more efficiently and at a lower unit cost. This comparative advantage in technology allows them to compete in global markets and export their technologically driven products. Specialization. Specialization occurs when countries focus on producing certain goods or services in which they have a comparative advantage. By specializing in the production of specific goods, countries can achieve economies of scale, improve efficiency, and lower production costs. Specialization enables countries to export their specialized goods at a competitive price, promoting international trade. In conclusion, international trade is driven by various factors, including population size, income levels, wealth, preferences, consumption patterns, natural resources, climatic conditions, labor and technological resources, and specialization. Reasons for international